All right, there we go. Okay. Sorry for the wait, guys. Just had to get my laundry down and get a cup of water before we started. Had to do a number of things before starting the stream, but so far the day's been pretty productive. So, hey everyone, it's Steven from Toaster back. You know the drill. Time for another Chao Garden live stream. And I don't think I need to do the money glitch right now. We should be good on money. So, where we last left off, Dash let us down miserably. So, where is he? I'm gonna send him to school, or if he is already in school, make sure he stays in there for the duration of the stream. Oh, good, he is in there. Okay, good. You stay in there. Well, actually, I might as well take Ace Frehley out of there. And Buzzy, you've been in there long enough. You could come out. But not Dash. Anyway, I did manage to get quite a number of things done. So, this morning I posted the video about, an update on the situation and that... Really? You're really gonna do that? Alright, you know what time it is. Time to get to exercise again. Nope. You start out hungry like that, I'm gonna make you work for it then. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Up the hill. Anyway, as I'm doing this. So, got a number of things done. Got an update video finished for this morning. So, basically, it's explaining what's been going on, outside of the streaming stuff. And then... You're not done yet. You gotta get to the top. Come on. There you go. Keep going. But also, this month, I'm gonna try out 2 new videos in terms of, like, the autism news. Are you stuck? There you go. Alright, good enough. Anyway. So, what I'm going to do this week is try to record the standard format autism news first. And I already got a news picked out for that. Thankfully, it's not based on an article. It's actually on the partnership between Best Buddies and Coca-Cola. I want to do a news video on that as kind of experimental. And then, the YouTube short is where the real experimentation begins because... with doing videos about news and politics, it's not that simple, especially when you're trying to monetize. Because, like, as long as you're putting enough of your input and your opinion on the content, you can still monetize it. However, the issue becomes when you just read the article, show the article, and hardly put any of your input at all. That's when it becomes a problem. However, there are some questions, that the YouTube support hasn't been able to answer yet. And the questions are like, what is considered the heart of the article? Like, how much of the article can I put in there without worrying about copyright issues? And also, like, is it okay to show images of text from the article, or do I type out the text myself? So, what I'm going to have to do, kind of like after I do the first news video, is speak with an online legal advisor to get those answers. So, like, to make sure I play by all the rules, get all the marks checked, so that way, we won't have to worry about, any copyright strikes. Because, like, the idea is, oh, you just love attention, don't you? So... the idea is, like, I want to do these autism news videos, but I also want to see if I can monetize them. So, it's like, I gotta be really careful with how I do it. So, like, that's kind of another reason why, I want to do this experiment with, the standard format versus the YouTube short format. So, like, on the one hand, with the standard format videos, they can be a little bit longer. Not too long. I'm going to keep them short this time. And I can turn monetization on and off when need be. But with YouTube Shorts, you can't necessarily do that. They're either all on or all off. Like, when you upload a YouTube Short, it is automatically set for monetization. Yeah, don't worry, I didn't forget about you. Yeah, while I'm here, I might as well feed all of you. Like 5 minutes? Yeah, I mentioned in the video that the ballpark I want to aim for the autism news videos about either 3 to 6 minutes or 3 to 7 minutes. No more than 7 minutes. And reason being is that, you know, part of it has to do with the recording process. In terms of, like, you know, getting all the recording done. And I want to keep it in, like, a natural way instead of, like, hyperfixating on every little detail. Yeah, sorry to interrupt your conversation, but time for supper. Hey, Job Webster, how's it going? Currently another stream going on, so I might watch back and forth. That's fine. What other streamer are you watching? Anyway, so as I mentioned in the video, like last year, the recording process was very stressful because I was hyperfixating on every little detail. Like facial expression, body movements, like everything had to be on point or I had to redo that take. So what I want to do instead is try to get back to a more natural way of presenting content. And I feel like making the video shorter will help with it, you know? And, you know, part of it is not just the recording process, but, like, you know, that I couldn't filter it down, you know, or, like I felt like I had to get all this information in. Instead of, like, you know, just giving the basics of the information and then leaving it up to the comments and viewers to ask if they have any more questions. So that was, like, kind of my mistake in terms, like, you know, why the autism videos last year were pretty long. Especially that Mario one, but I do not feel guilty about that. Silver the Hedgehog is his channel name. Oh, really? What stuff does he stream? Is he like one of those VR streamers, or? I give you food, I expect you to finish the food. Unlike me, you're not going on a calorie deficit, so to just eat. You're supposed to eat too. So yeah, like 3 to 6 minutes or 3 to 7 minutes is the ballpark. So like with this video that I plan to do, talking about the Coca-Cola and Best Buddies partnership, the way I have it jotted out in my head, it shouldn't be any more than 4 to 5 minutes. Basically, it's just announcing the partnership, the basics of what it entails, and how would this help those in the IDD community. So it's basically like that, and hopefully it goes no more than like 4 to 5 minutes. And if I keep the video length short, that means I don't have to stress out as much during the recording process. I can just take it easy, take my time with the recordings. Yeah, now you get like, and you know, I wouldn't have too much to edit afterwards. So it's like one of the reasons I want to experiment with the autism news video is that it gives me a break away from like what I had set up with the autism topic videos in the past. He streams Sonic and Mario games. Right now he's streaming Cross Worlds. He needs VR skits? What's a VR skit? Like they do role-playing or something? Why do I get the feeling this sounds familiar? Sorry, let me look this up real quick. Okay, now I see who you're talking about. Interesting. So it looks like kind of the similar avatars that that are used on that YouTube series Tales Tube. But I'm just making a guess. Have you ever heard of your VR chat? Yeah, actually, I've heard of VR chat. I've actually known a couple streamers that use VR chat. Oh, hold up. Oh, looks like people are already going to town with the votes. There's 1 vote for Starlink Battle for Atlas and 2 for Super Mario Galaxy 1. So if you want your votes on like, you know, which game you want me to do a playthrough on future Saturday live streams, don't forget to put your vote in. But also remember, only vote if you would actually watch it. So what's the plan today? The plan is to chill, and also make sure Dash is put into school as much as possible. Hello, goodbye. No, I want him to go back. He needs to learn. Hey, Eve. Alright, I'm giving you smart fruits. You're on a smart fruit diet. You're gonna go on a diet with me. Where's the smart fruit? There it is. You get back here. I bought all this for you. Well, some of it for you. Where'd he go? There you are, you little troublemaker. You get over here. I'm gonna fill you with as much knowledge as possible. Yeah, so if you go to the community post on the YouTube channel, that's where the polls will be. So the choices are Starlink Battle for Atlas, the Nintendo version, Pokemon Gale of Darkness, which will be coming out in March for Nintendo Switch Online. Then there's also Hey You Pikachu for the Nintendo 64, which I do have. Or Super Mario Galaxy 1 because the Mario Galaxy movie is coming out in April. Enough. More. Actually, Nagoshi, you can have some too. And you know what, Tabitha? You can have some smart fruit too. Why not? Smart fruit for everybody. You are not getting away from your education. You're gonna eat this fruit, and then a whole bunch of knowledge is going to flood into your head. You're going to know history sessions and science sessions that you didn't even know existed. Why, thank you, Nagoshi. Get back in. That's okay. No worries, Webster. Just happy you guys came around for the stream. So, in terms of the recording, I'm gonna try to get it done this Friday. Like, probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow is when I'll write out the script. And the way I do the script writing is actually pretty methodical. Where it's like every one page of the script is like 2 minutes of the video. So if I can keep the script around 2 pages, that means the video will be around 3 to 4 minutes, which is good. That's what I'm aiming for. Laura Webster says, I like how you put my sinister Chao in the thumbnail. I mean, you just look at that smile, and you know what you're getting into. Connor says, also I saw your Discord post. Congrats on completing the festival. Yeah, it's like, this is what winning feels like? Wow, this is amazing. So it turns out all I have to do is basically take that hoverboard that Z Creates loves to use, you know, just hold it over my hands, you know, use it as a good cover for the sunshine, and then just, you know, throw it in the garbage. I'm kidding. I mean, you just look at this face right here. Is this face not photogenic worthy? Is this face not worth your attention and getting views? Now, Webster, whenever you get to this, I know you said you wanted a normal Chao. Did you want a particular evolution of the Chao? Like a power fly or run, swim, or do you just want a regular Chao? Because remember, this is your child. We can do whatever we want. Or you can do whatever you want. Let's see. Eve says, I casted my vote for Mario Galaxy 1. He screams and says, what the heck? Oh, what's wrong? You never saw a face like this before? This is the regular Chao, and then... completely, it's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with this Chao. Look at him. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch it this Saturday. Oh, that's okay. This coming Saturday is actually Poker Night at the Inventory, so you won't be missing it. And you'll actually be going to Super Nintendo World. Wow. Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, I hope you have fun. It's so creepy. That's what makes it so funny. Look at that Chao walking like, oh, what shall I do today? Let me get like a picture with the Chao. Hold on. Ah, okay. It doesn't do the crazy eyes, but oh well. Connor says, "Don't worry, Eve. Don't worry, Eve. Nagoshi will keep him in check, hopefully." What's wrong, Connor? Starting to have a little doubt there? I mean, your Chao is supposed to be the guardian of the Chao Garden. Surely one troublemaking Chao shouldn't be too much trouble. I mean, look at him. Who could he possibly harm? What damage could he possibly do? And now he's sleeping with a smile. And now Smarty's on a rubber ducky. So, like, this week is going to be pretty loaded. So, basically, what the plan is, this Wednesday, I'm going to do the second and final meeting for the, like, Best Buddies and Coca-Cola partnership for the Future Academy. And the hope is, like, as soon as that's done, I get the badge for LinkedIn. And then I'll see what's going on with the exclusive job site. Or the exclusive job board. Because, like, at first I didn't really have that much high hopes for, you know, in terms of, like, that job board. I thought it was, like, you know, just gonna be warehouse and retail stuff. But, like, considering the occasion, like, for this year's FIFA World Cup, that basically raises the opportunities substantially. Because, like, the last time FIFA was hosted in the United States of America was in 1994, over 30 years ago. So, this is a huge occasion. Some say that, you know, the FIFA World Cup is actually bigger than the Super Bowl. Yeah, I kid you not. Let's see if school can take you now. So that's this Wednesday. And then Friday, Friday I believe I have another appointment with a therapist in terms of, like, trying to learn new coping skills to deal with stress. Oh, right. I had to wait 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. And then you're going right into the school, whether you like it or not. Anyway. And then near the end of the stream, we will watch another episode of the Chaotic Case Files, because we're all enjoying it, so might as well go all the way with it. Wait, why did I put you in this garden? Sleeping on the job, huh? Thinking you could just shirk your duties, huh? It's actually kind of cute. Hey, Space Ace Freely, good to see you. The episode has Tangle and Whisper. Well, what a coincidence. God, so many chows are sleeping. Okay, I gotta wake these chows up. Hold up. Let me get in here. Like, Luigi's asleep, Nagoshi's asleep. I need him awake. And Nagoshi, wakey wakey. And then Boo, wakey wakey. There we go. That's better. I believe Ace is still in school. Either that or I put him back in... Oh, yeah, he's still in school. Don't worry, I'll get him out in a bit. You know I'm gonna get you up, right? In about 5 minutes, you're going to wake up and you're gonna go to school. Now, tomorrow, what I need to do tomorrow after work is return the newer camera I got for a refund and then get another EOS R10. Because, like, originally, I was just trying to do an upgrade to like the Canon EOS R8, but there were a couple of problems. One, I had to finick around with the settings more than I usually do, and the other one is like the camera had to be so close to me, and like even at 50 millimeters, the lens was like not reaching far enough, so I had to bring the camera closer. And what usually the shot would be like, as you see here, like head, shoulders, the body. With the 50 millimeters and the Canon EOS R8, you would just see the head, literally just the head and shoulders, and not much of my body. And that won't do because I don't wear that outfit for nothing, you know? Hello there, good to see you. I think I had him learn guitar at some point too, so he should actually be able to play the guitar, so. I know it's been a while, Ace Frehley, but you won't have to wait much water. Did I say water? I meant water. See, that's another devilish smile right there. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm going to try to get another EOS R10 because that's the model I've been using. So, like the previous one I had, I'm assuming it's just like wear and tear. I've had the cameras for about 2 years, so pretty good run time. But that's another reason why I need to make my recording session shorter, because like the more you use it, the faster the wear and tear kind of deteriorates your camera. Look, like I didn't throw him in. This is like a diving board, you know. It's like you get like super high. Like when you go to the pool place, right? When you go into like a water park, there are these like pools and whatnot where you have these super high, you know, diving boards and whatnot. I'm just helping the child learn how to dive. See, 10 out of 10. And he's still perfectly okay. But imagine, though. Imagine, like, if they ever made another Chao Garden or Sonic Adventure 3 where fall damage actually matters. That would be really messed up. So, like, you take a Chao, go to a high place, drop them, and then they actually get hurt. That would really suck. Alright, Eve. Have a good dinner. Let's see if Billy's online. See if he can get into the voice chat. So yeah, Monday I'm gonna switch out that camera for the one I really want, which will be good because the camera I've been using is a lot cheaper than the one I just bought. And if I'm not gonna be using the newer one, well, what's the point? But that doesn't mean that, you know, that trip was for nothing, because I also found out another issue was with the memory card I was using. Also, are you guys able to hear this? Or hear the gameplay audio? Here, let me bring it up just a little bit. The other issue was the memory card I was using is also showing some wear and tear. Like, when I was recording that update video last night, or before the live stream, what had happened was I was recording and the camera automatically stopped. But the camera actually displayed a different message. It said, camera automatically stopped recording, it also said memory card read speed slow or something like that, which tells me the memory card no longer works with the camera in question. So the new memory card I bought, it's actually more powerful, faster, and it has more memory space. I mean, the memory space itself, I don't really care about that much. What matters to me is, you know, whether or not it'll work with the camera. That's the big thing. So I'm returning the camera and the extra lens that I don't actually need. And here's how my dad would wake me up for school in the morning. It's time to get up, it's time to get up, it's time to get up this morning. It's time to get up, it's time to get up, it's time to get up right now. Alright, time to get up.
Hey, did you hear what happened with Dash? Yeah, like, I heard Dash almost went all the way. Yeah, but like, when he got to the second to last race, he fumbled it. I know, right? How does he mess that up?
Why you did it to me? Because you have to go to school. Not tired now, huh? What? No! Why? I would have put him in school! Oh, whatever, I'll put some other chows in there. Here, why don't we practice how to dive, okay? So, I'm gonna get over here. And then, alley-oop! There we go.
So I don't think I'd met you before. Who are you? Oh, I'm Luigi. I'm a relatively newer Chao. Oh, you're one of them. Okay, cool. Well, my name's Penny. I've been around for quite a while, you know, and I see some garden has been going through some changes lately. Really? I thought the garden was always like this. No, apparently the creator kind of changes up the scenery every now and then. So, I guess it's really nothing too much to worry about, I guess. Well, I mean, we are completely underwater, aren't we? What? I mean, think about it. Like, we're in this facility where we don't see the sun at night, you know?
I did not need to think about that today.
Ugh.
Alright, let me feed him. Let me feed Penny. I believe you were a fly chow, and I think we were going to do a fly swim, if I remember correctly. Oh no, you're a swim chow. We were going to make you swim fly, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Now it's coming back. Do I have a purple chaos drive? Let me see. Not here, but I know where to procure one. Might as well feed you too. Actually, you know, I really should have you go on a race, Emmy. Or a few races. Because, like, your stats all maxed out. I haven't sent you in a race in quite a while, have I? So let me check the... It says heart fruits to every chow. We'll see. We'll see. So anyway, what was I gonna say? So Wednesday I'm doing the camera swap. Then Tuesday I gotta get back to the gym because like I'm feeling a little better now. So hopefully by tomorrow, so hopefully tomorrow this sickness I got will go away completely. Ooh, starting to get there in age. So, yeah. Gonna have to, Hey, Meddler, good to see you. That run style Emmy, oh my lord. So, Meddler, I know you, like, pop in and out, but I do want to ask you. Your Chao is close to becoming, reincarnated for the second time. Now, because the Chao is going to reincarnate a second time soon, you do have the option to make your Chao a Chaos Chao. Or a Devil Chao, as they said back in the day. So, would you like for me to do that for you? Or do you want to do something else for your Chao? Also, do you want your Chao to compete in races? Because I don't think he's competed in anything yet. Oh my god, Emmy really has it. We gotta do something about that. Let me put you in school first. There you go. Now, Chasm's gonna stay in school because we still haven't heard from Aiden Perez yet. That's the owner of Chasm. In terms of, like, what exactly Aiden wants to do with that Chao. Oops. Where'd it go? There we go. Just seeing a Chao dance for no reason whatsoever. And now she's done. I better get to feeding her. There we go. I might as well feed you too. Why not? Let's see. I think it's been a while since Rifkin went to school. Let's send him to school too. With his absurd power stats. There we go. So anyway, so Monday do the camera swap. Tuesdays and Thursdays, hopefully I'm feeling better to go to the gym. Wednesday, I think I might have. Oh right, Wednesday's the Best Buddy and Coca-Cola online thing. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty loaded week for me. But if I just break it down to smaller part, well, that was a good flying. See, Meddler says, making him a Dark Chaos Chao was my plan all along. The coloring looks really cool, and I'm very curious how it'll look with the Jack Frost hat. Well, it's only one way to find out. Alright, so in that case, once the Chao reincarnates for a second time, we'll work towards that. And thankfully, I know how to do it. Because I had a little experimentation with Dash first, and Connor can vouch for me. The first time we tried to do a Chaos Chao evolution, we kind of messed up because I was missing an animal or two. So I think this time when we make yours into a Dark Chaos Chao, we're really going to have to pay attention to what animals we're giving him. I just love when the Chao's kind of frolic to me. Challenge Rifkin to a karate match. Are you sure you want to do that? Well, I gotta listen to who's playing on the piano. And you come listen too. Oh, that's cool. Hold up. I mean, we can if you want, but it's gonna hurt. There we go. Very nice. Well, that was fun. And now the Chao goes to sleep. So, I think what we'll do is, we're gonna put Emmy through some races today. Probably around, like, maybe 5:15, give or take. We'll do a few races. And then we'll do the match between Ace Frehley and Rifkin. We'll do 2 out of 3 like we usually do. Then after that, we'll switch over to the Chaotix case files.
You know, I kind of run out of things to talk about. Like, I don't even know what we're talking about right now. Like, oh, really? That happens to you too? I mean, there could be some other things we could talk about. Okay, well, I guess, I know this year's the 35th anniversary of Sonic. What's an anniversary? So, an anniversary is when it's like a full year, of something happening. What's a year? Okay, a year is basically 365 days. What's a day? Or how long is a day? Okay, I was not preparing for this. Oh, a day is, a day. And I don't really know how long. Stop racking my brains.
You know what? It's been a while since Luigi went to school. Let's send him to school too. I'm sure you can handle a karate match. Okay. Well, just remember, you asked for it. I mean, Rifkin's just slacking off right there. He's just cuddled in a corner doing nothing. At least Emmy's doing, like, sit-ups. It's like on the one hand, I'm happy that my Chaos are getting so smart, but on the other hand, it gives me less time to put them in school. Is this what an adult feels like? Man. I think you know an instrument too. Get in there. Like all these chows are playing instruments. All these chows are playing instruments around Dash, and they're not waking him up. Hold on. Hold on. And then Luigi's playing the accordion. Let me get you in there. Wonder if I can make a GIF out of this. Like, you're surrounded by your friends and they wake you up in the middle of your sleep with a bunch of music. What do you do? Oh, I got enough of it. Man, Dash slept through all of that. That's actually impressive. Oh, now he wakes up. See, I would be thinking about taking revenge against the other chows that woke me up like that, but instead I'm just gonna go tubing. That's probably not even the right terminology, but oh well. Hey Eve, welcome back. So anyway, what about you guys? Got any plans for this week? I know Eve's gonna go to Super Mario World this weekend. Actually, I should see if some of my coworkers are gonna see the Mario movie. Because originally, I wasn't gonna watch the Mario movie until like the following Friday, because like April 1st I work. But I want to see if I can watch it with friends. Because that's one of the things I really need to work on is getting out more. Because, like, last year, like, I accomplished a lot, but I felt like I was stuck in this rhythm of my own creation, for a lack of a better word. There we go. That's one of the things I want to do is, like, go out and do more stuff. And like let's see, there's also this chocolate festival in Pikes Peak that's coming up that me and Mom want to go to. That is April 4th. So well, yeah, what I want to do is maybe like go to this chocolate fest, and it's a chocolate and cheese fest. It's a weird combination. So on Saturday, April 4th, and what I may do is bring my camera and do like a travel video. Why? Because I want to. Of course, the other thing that's going to be on that Saturday is the first live stream of Star Fox Event Horizon. So I got the game installed, and it can be played in window mode. However, the other thing that I need to figure out is mapping the controls, because Star Fox Event Horizon is based off a game, or the mechanics anyway, are based off the game Free Space 2, and that was a very, very old PC game. Let me put it this way. It's so old that I was still in elementary school and Dad would play the computer games. And back then, you didn't have controllers like this that you could just plug into a computer. No. You would either have to use the mouse and keyboard, for like, you know, flight simulator games or like first person shooter games. And yeah. And then, you know, back then it was either a mouse and keyboard or you had this thing they called a joystick. And no, I'm not talking about the little joysticks right here. No, 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 no. These are huge. Like, you would have to grasp it with your whole hand and, like, hold it like the handles they have, like, inside of a ship. Like, you know, sometimes you may see in, like, aircrafts or, like, you know, in Star Wars ships where you have these handles right here and you move it around to move the ship, and then you have these buttons on the top to fire weapons. So back when Free Space and Free Space 2 were around, like, those were your only two options. So now that I'm going to be playing a game that's based off the Free Space 2 mod, what I need to do is figure out how to map the controls for that would usually be mapping mouse and keyboard, and map it to my controller. Because if I don't, my hands are going to be cramped by the end of one stream. Don't want that. In terms of, like, April Fools, I don't really do that anymore. Because, like, yeah, it's a little fun, but sometimes you can take a joke too far. I mean, there wasn't really any particular April Fool's incident that made me stop. It was just, like, just didn't want to do it anymore. There she is. So yeah, that's my, like, personal preference. Like, I don't really do April Fool's Day anymore. But that's just because I got bored with it. Now, there were some times that got Billy really good with April Fool's jokes. Like, there was one April Fool's joke that got really dark. And, you know, like, looking back, I almost felt really bad for pulling that prank on him. And basically, what I did was, me and Mom were out, right? And we're in this public place, and I call Billy, and what I do is, I make up this scenario where, here, let me have this camera follow a Chao. So what I did during this, April Fool's prank is basically, I call Billy, and what I do is I am in this coughing and raspy voice, like, oh, Billy, oh, it's terrible. And what I told him was that the oven had, like, some spark inside that wouldn't go out, and basically burned down, it set my kitchen on fire and was burning the house. That's the story I told him. And Billy was like, kind of like, you know, freaking out. You know, it's like, oh shit, are you guys okay? And it's like, oh, it's so bad. Billy, just in case there's something I need to tell you. And he was like, it was like serious. Like, what is it? So, what I do is, I need to tell you, April Fools! And like, we were both laughing, and Bill was like, you sick son of a... I ought to go over there and kick your butt. At least that's the filtered version of what he said. But it's like, that was probably the most messed up April Fool's prank I have ever done. So, like, when I did April Fool's pranks, I did not go for the short con. I went for the long con. I dragged it out as much as I could before I would say April Fool's. So it's like, I was good at it, I just got bored with it. Oh my god. Eve says, oh my goodness gracious, Steven, how could you? That could have been dangerous. Well, yeah, it could have. And, you know, looking back, it was a pretty bad April Fool's prank. But, at the time that I did this, I was still around, like, high school and college years. So, like, it was around that day and time, or it was around that time in our lives where we felt like we could say just about anything and it would still be funny, you know. It was a much different time back then, where, like, you could make, you know, twisted jokes or, like, dark jokes. I said dark, not dork. These dark jokes, and, God, what is wrong with my pronunciation? And, you know, my friends would find it funny. But it's like, as the years went on, it wasn't just, you know, how society changed. It's just more of us growing up, us maturing. Nowadays, we don't really, do jokes like that anymore. So, like, we would joke around other stuff, like, you know, how Billy keeps mentioning the whole mice incident, or, like, you know, stuff about video games, like the Black Templars coming to the Chao Garden and stuff like that. Like, nowadays we would joke about situations that, you know, are, like, you know, not too serious and, you know, not too pertaining to real life, because we know better. Like, we had our fun back in our younger days, and now we know, you know, it's not acceptable, you know, and there are other ways to make jokes and entertainment. And, you know, it's good that you don't do pranks like that anymore. Yeah, it's like, you know, it was funny back then, but, like, if I were to do that now, that would be pretty messed up. But it's like, the thing is, you know, the thing about your past experiences, like, either good or bad, they're not meant to be, like, you know, life sentences. They're meant to be, you know, something to learn from. You know? There are sometimes good moments and bad times, and sometimes bad moments and good times. No. We're gonna wait here. We're gonna wait here until class is ready to put you in. I was planning to put you in the school for, like, the majority of the stream, and I'm not giving up on that now. You can clap your hands all you want. You're not getting away from this. Spaces Fairly says, I know that prank is funny, but I don't know where to laugh, but your friend should see that you were pranking this whole time. Well, the thing was, like, one, neither Billy or I have never been in, like, a real fire incident. So it's like, neither of us would really know for sure, like, what the full experience would be. And the other thing was, you know, I was a pretty good actor back in the day. I mean, I'm still a good actor, I'd like to think. So it's like, as long as I sold it hard enough and, like, picked the right words, I figured he'd believe it. But on that note, there was an incident sometime after that. It was probably years after, where I was still working with LifeTouch as a school photographer. And what had happened was, it was during a training session, right? And what happened was, you know, some people were going out of the training facility, and I was wondering, like, why is everybody walking out? And then I see smoke outside. I was wondering, wait, what's going on? So we go outside. We go around the corner, and what I saw was, it was pretty horrific. And it's probably the reasons why I don't really joke about, why these days I don't joke much about, you know, houses being on fire and stuff. Because what happened was, the nearby house near the training facility actually caught on fire. And it wasn't just, like, you know, one part of the building. No. It was like the whole building. And what had happened was, apparently there was a lot of dust and filament or whatnot inside the house, and something sparked, like maybe a gas leak, maybe there was a spark somewhere in the kitchen, and that fire spread. Like, it literally just spread throughout the whole house. Like, we were just watching in shock and awe in terms, like, like, this is actually happening. And it was quite a while before the fire truck actually showed up. And what made it worse of all, the worst part about, the whole thing, I'm going to take you to school. What was worse about the entire thing was that a few minutes later, we hear someone behind us panicking. And that person was, like, panicking and running towards the house. Like, there were actually a couple of people that, like, stopped that person from going in. Because that person was the owner of the house. So, like, you just saw this person's face, like, in complete distraught. Like, their whole house was burning up. And, thankfully no one else was in the house at the time. But apparently there was a lot of valuables to that person in question. So, like, after a while, the fire department actually showed up. And, like, we were out there watching that fire for a while. That fire did not go away for quite a bit. So, like, it was pretty bad. And it's like, when you experience something like that, it kind of makes you reflect on, no, I'm not going here. It really makes you reflect on, like, is the thing you're joking about, is it actually funny or not? Like, don't get me wrong, there are some things you could still joke about, and, there are some dark humor that some people could get away with if it's done right, but it's like, when you experience something like that firsthand, or maybe even third hand, seeing someone else going through it, not just on, like, a news article or a news report, but, like, actually seeing it, it kind of makes you reflect on things. So it's like, oh my goodness, I feel bad for the, let's see, Eve says, I feel bad for that person whose house burned down. Yeah, we all did. And, like, I'm not really sure what the aftermath of it was, but, like, thankfully no one was in there, and thankfully no one died. That's the important part. Because, objects, houses, that stuff can be replaced, but not people. Anyway.
So, what was the plan you were talking about just now?
Oh, trust me, it's going to be grand. Once I get the other Chao to actually work with me, like that Mephiles Chao, like, where's he at?
Oh, he had to go away for a while. He was at this place called, Save File 2, was it?
Save File 2? What's that? And how do you get there?
Well, that's the neat part. You don't.
What?
Yeah, like, apparently the Save File 2 is in this entirely different plane of existence.
Well, that's just great. Oh, my plans just flushed down the drain like it was nothing. Now I gotta plan again.
So anyway, back to my other story. So, it's like, it's kind of reasons like that why I don't joke about, houses being caught on fire. And, like, there's one other topic, that I don't really joke about anymore, and I don't frankly find it funny, but now's not the time or place to talk about that. I missed your message, Connor? Hold on, what was the message? Pokemon Pokopia is coming this week? I forgot. What was that again? I might have, like, skimmed through it during, like, the Pokemon Presents. Is that, like, one of those mobile games or something? No, you said you were gonna pick it up this week, so it has to be, like, a console game. What's it about?
Surprise pet.
I should probably take a look at that poll. Like, I didn't really set a deadline for that poll, but I'd give it about a week. Let's see. But let's take a look. Okay. Here we are, community. Alright, let's see what the votes are. Okay, so no new votes yet on the poll. So remember, if you want a vote on, like, you know, what Saturday playthrough you want next, don't forget to go to the community post. Oh, that's him playing the trumpet. Very nice.
See, he's very capable. Yee.
The earlier one? Okay. What did I miss? The one where you talk about the chaotic case files, being about Tango and Whisper? I didn't miss that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, like, oh, what a coincidence. Oops. Sorry, Summer. You're gonna have to wait a little bit before you get to school. Of course, this guy can't be sent to school anymore because he knows everything, doesn't he? Don't you? Don't you know everything? You little smarty pants. That's another thing I could have named him, Smarty Pants. Oh well. I'm gonna have some cake, why not? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen, Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen anybody, on the Twitch side, aside from spam. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to put in some more words to filter out so those I keep spamming don't keep showing up on my channel. And Twitch really does have that problem where it's like it caters to the bigger streamers but not the smaller ones. Kind of sad, really. The one we I want. You want Negotiate to race Tabitha? I don't think Tabitha's ready for that yet. There's the Toy Story 5 movie coming out, and there's a potty training. There's a potty training toy, and it named Smarty Pants? Not really sure how to feel about that one. You know, Toy Story is just one of those stories where it's like, I felt like it could have been fine to stop at 2 or like even 3, cause like, Toy Story, I love Toy Story 1, and I love Toy Story 2 just as much. Like, I grew up with those. But, like, when Toy Story 3 came around, so much time had passed, and, you know, I wasn't really into Toy Story as much as I used to.
No, Nagoshi, no, too much power. No, it's too dangerous.
Oh, wait, you're not full stat. Okay. Never mind, you can have it. I'm shaking the Chaos Emerald right in front of him. Here, let's get some workout. Let's get some workout. There you go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So, like, I love Toy Story 1. I love Toy Story 2. I liked Toy Story 3. Not love. It's like... And I didn't even watch Toy Story 4, because, like, you know, at Toy Story 3, I was like, okay, I enjoyed it, but I think that's enough. And Toy Story 5's kind of pushing it. You know, same thing with the Shrek movies, too. Because that's, like, the exact same problem. Oh, you don't like it because it has, like, bathroom humor? Alright. Yeah. That's fine, to each their own. I think you watched the wrong thing, Eve? So, like, it's the same thing with the Shrek movies. Like, I love Shrek 1. I love Shrek 2, absolutely. 3 was okay, but 4th was pushing it. So, like, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, you know, I felt like the story was finished. We didn't need any more. And, like, trying to extend a story beyond what it was supposed to be, if not done right, kind of feels like a money grab, you know? Like, can you guys think of, like, a situation where it's like, you enjoy a story at first, think it's great, but then, you know, as time went on, you realize that, you know, it's not really that good anymore, or, like, the story's just deteriorating. The heck? I watched the trailer and apparently that toy was in it. Alright, well, let me take a look. Let me take a look-see. So I'm gonna look at the trailer. Oh no. Oh dear. Connor? I think Eve might be right about this one. Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. There is actually a toy shaped like a toilet paper, like an electronic toy, shaped like a toilet paper roll, called Smarty Pants. That's actually a thing. Like, and the other problem I have with it is, like, when you're continuing the Toy Story story, when you're continuing Toy Story, like, who are you making it for? Like, are you trying to cater to the people that grew up with Toy Story? Like, are you, like, hoping that those who grew up with Toy Story will actually share it with their kids, assuming they have kids? Or, like, are you just catering to just kids? Or, like, everybody? Like, it's really hard to tell. And, you know, what sucks about it is, like, you know, it does feel like, you know, a money grab at this point. I felt like after Toy Story 3, the story was over. That was it.
Dang it. Dang it. Stop.
Now the entire group is watching Toy Story. Or, no, I meant, cartoons. Why did I say Toy Story? Like Eve, if you don't mind me asking, like, did you grow up with the Toy Story, series, or was it something you discovered recently? Let's see, space. Rapper 1996 subscribed to the YouTube channel. Nice, thank you. For a second, I thought it read something else, like, uh-oh. Okay, but yeah, Rapper 1996, thank you so much. Thank you. Anyway, as I was saying, Ace Fraley says, Toy Story should have stopped at Toy Story 3. Exactly, you know? If it had stopped at, you know, Toy Story 3, then that's great, that's fine. And, like, there were, like another example, it's a little off topic. A YouTuber, SMG4, has been going on for about 14 years, but, actually decided to end it last year, to end the channel. And he mentioned the reason for ending it was because he did everything he accomplished. He told all the stories he wanted to tell, and most of all, he felt fulfilled and wanted to give SMG4 the ending it deserved. And that finale felt great. It felt like everything was wrapped up, you know? And like, it didn't need to continue any further. It's like, and I get it, there are some... Really? Alright, I'll get you some food. Hold up. Nope.
Ah, it's doing all over the place.
Hold on, let me go get her. It's like, you tell all the stories, you feel fulfilled, there's nothing else to tell in the story, then you wrap it up. And it's like, there are some people that, you know, want to watch the story, like, forever and ever, like, hoping a story never ends. But if you think about it this way, if a story goes on and on and on, would you even want to watch it anymore? Would you even want to read more about the story? Like, you know, The Simpsons, that's a perfect example. That's still going on, but I don't watch it anymore. Because, like, you know, I felt like, you know, it's gone on way too long. Or at least in my opinion. You just love attention, don't you? Let's see. Eve says, I actually grew up watching Toy Story when I was a little girl, but as I grew older, I watched it less and less. Tim Allen is a national treasure, though. Tim Allen, that's the one who played Woody, right? You are a toy! Oh, someone drew knights. Never seen that drawing before. Ooh, excuse me. Buzz. Okay. Sorry, I got the two mixed up. Aw, they're all asleep near the TV. Tom Hanks played Woody. Tim Allen played Buzz Lightyear. Okay, thank you. Luigi wakes up and then decides, well, I'm gonna watch TV again. Oh, great. Now those two are watching soap opera. No, 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 no. You two get a better taste in TV than that. No. Not you two, boo. It's like, on the one hand, I don't want to interrupt it because it's so cute watching the Chows watch TV together. But on the other hand, that is poor taste in cinema. Oh, good, it's over. For now. Alright. Who's hungry? Why did those two not run to me? How dare you? You oughta. Oh, have a good night, have a good night, Ace Frehley. Thanks for dropping by. Now, where's Luigi? So we'll give this about 25 more minutes, and then we'll run Emmy through some races. And then, after that, you still hungry, boo? Well, why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Then we'll run Emmy through some races, and then we'll have the matchup between Rifkin and Ace Frehley, because that's what Ace wanted. And then we'll watch the next episode of Chaotix Case Files. It's been a pretty chill day, you know. Pretty chill. Got a few people showing up here and there. You know, maybe this weekend, you know, people are just busy, you know. Could be a number of things. Now, I will say, next week... Next week is the remaster of the Poker Night at the Inventory, so we're going to check that out. And then April, we're not doing Chao Garden live streams because April, for both Saturdays and Sundays, we are doing the Star Fox Event Horizon live streams, where I try to get through as much of it as I can. Actually, I need to get you back to neutral. Or actually, no, better yet, I need to get you to school. So let me see if there are any spots open. Alright. Sonic, who is inappropriately named, considering you're a Shadow Chow, I think you've gone in there long enough. Get out!
Hi there, welcome back. I heard you went to a place called school. Well, yeah, it's pretty fun. I think you've been there before. Didn't you learn the trumpet? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, silly me. I can't believe I forgot. Well, I mean, you only been to school like, what, one time? You'll get used to it. So do we go to school often? Yeah, like, whenever we either need to learn something, get more intelligence for the races, or if the creator's just straight up bored with us. Bored? Why would he be bored with us? I don't know. I mean, I get thrown to school quite a few times. You get thrown? No. I don't get thrown literally. What does literally mean? It means like he actually did it. So he did throw you. No, he did not throw me. Okay, so he did not throw you, but he was being literal. Go to school.
I'm done with this.
I just watched the Toy Story trailer myself. There nothing about anything he's saying. Connor, hold on. Sorry, I gotta get in this. Connor, there actually is another trailer in there that shows what Eve was describing. Here, I'm gonna pull it up and I'll put it in the Discord group. And unfortunately, she looks like she is right about this. Cause the trailer I saw that had Smarty Pants actually came from the Pixar channel itself. And it does show that toy. So, let me copy that. Here we are. So, here we are. I'll post it in the general chat on Discord. So that trailer does contain the Smarty Pants character, and it is from the official Pixar channel. It's like, sorry I had to pause the game real quick. I just had to, you know... Yeah. Yeah, so, like, the Pixar channel says, hello and welcome to the official Pixar YouTube channel. From Pixar favorites like Toy Story, Inside Out, Monsters, Inc., and Finding Nemo, to new and exciting films like Hoppers and Elio, there is something for everyone. So this actually is the official channel, so that trailer is real. And unfortunately, Smarty Pants is also real. So, sorry about that. I just had to interject on that. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the game. Just got to pull everything up again. There we go. So, go ahead and go to the general chat in Discord, and you'll see for yourself. Actually, I'll post it here too. Why not? So that link on the YouTube chat I just put should take you to the video in question. Now it's time to send you to school. Alright, get in there. And Dash, oh, looks like you're drawing. You're actually drawing in the classroom. Well, aren't you such a good sport? Get in there. No, I already learned drawing. Well, you're gonna learn more. Too bad. You're gonna learn as much as possible so your intelligence can rival Smarty. Get in there. And you know what? Before your karate lesson, you go in there too. Connor says, I actually didn't notice that. Yeah, like, it's for like a split second or two, but the character is in there. But, like, what is even the point of that? Like, that toy's supposed to teach you potty training? Really? Like, are we really imagining a scenario where mom and dad are, like, so bored or, like, can't even be bothered to do potty training so they get a toy or machine to do it for them? Or maybe it's because they want to reinforce the ideas of potty training and the toys are supposed to be additional help. Actually, I kind of need to hit the restroom real quick. Oops. Let me go to a garden. You can watch Chao. Just hit the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, why not? Alright, I'll be right back. Wait, Eve, you actually saw that video? About me and Mom talking about pie drain? Wow, that is a really old one. Takes me back to way back when. Way back before I even did green screen back in the day. Like, I didn't do green screen effects until, like, when I got to the 300 subscriber mark. And that must have been, like, 3 years in. Alright, I'll be right back. But yeah, thanks for checking out my other videos, too. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm back. Ooh. Alright, so hopefully nothing too bad happened while I was gone. The trail about toys versus technology. Yeah, I mean, in this day and age, it's kind of hard for, you know, toys these days, especially when you can, like, access all kinds of stuff on your phone, like videos and interacting stuff. I think Toy Story 5's story is supposed to, like, reflect on that, I believe. Yeah, sorry I had to take a little bit in the bathroom, but it's like, I was just doing a number 1, but the number 2 kind of snuck up on me. TMI, I know. Just cuz. Oh my god, that stage is like a devilish grin right now. Oh my god. Hold on, let me take a look. Look at Sage right now. Jesus. There you go. I've never seen Sage with that kind of expression on her face before. My god. There we go. Check how the school's doing. Okay, Dash is just about done. Or I would say, if he doesn't need to learn more, get back in there. But I've learned drawing twice. Why you gotta learn something else? Get in there. Then Rifkin should be done. Rifkin will actually come out. Wait, Daddy, why does Rifkin get to come out and not me? That's because he didn't fumble the races at a critical moment. Unlike you. Well, I think summer would be done right about now. Here we go. Yeah, you did pretty good. But I think you can learn more. Also, we don't really know from Webster what we're gonna do with you, so, yeah, get back in there. Alright, we'll give it about 8 more minutes, then I'm gonna refill my water, and then we'll go ahead and do the races and karate. Although it is interesting that the main villain is a froggy iPad named Lilypad. I mean, it's catchy. If only there was a moon out there for the Chao to play to. There we go. Just trying to make a nice backdrop for the GIF. There we go. Okay, he says, okay, it's going to sound weird, but you consider yourself a dad to these Chao? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm raising the Chows, I'm feeding the Chows, I'm taking them to school, making sure they're okay, and if they're crying, I make sure they're all right, you know, get properly fed, you know. I mean, why not? Hey, Star Girl, how's it going? Just drop by to say hello? Sure, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's where you're doing some races and karate in a bit, so. Oh, and also as a reminder, if you want to see a new Saturday playthrough, there's a poll in the community tab if you want to go vote for that. Let's see. Still haven't heard anything from Sean lately. I mean, Sean gave us an estimate on when he would be better, but I still haven't heard from him yet. Here, let me send a message real quick. Alright, well, have a good night. Ooh, well, that was close. But going back to your question, yes, I do consider myself a dad to these Chows. I mean, I take care of them. Might as well call myself a dad. You know, in-game dad, not a real-life dad. Anyway. Ooh, excuse me. Let me make sure Amy's properly fed before I send her off to the races. Literally. One more just to be sure. There we go. Make sure you're properly fed, because it's gonna be your first time doing any competition. So just want to make sure you're fully ready. And, you know, just do the best you can. No one's expecting any super high expectations, aside from not dying and, you know, making sure you do the quizzes properly. Because, you see, your buddy Dash, you remember Dash, right? So, he actually messed up the quizzes in a very crucial moment. Like, he was, like, stuck in this loop of confusion where it's like he couldn't figure out like which fruit to pick up, even though it was obvious that circle is circle and triangle is triangle. And let's just say he's gonna stay in school for quite a while. So I'm pretty sure you don't want that to happen. I know you're not gonna let it happen. So you know, just stay focused, keep your eye on the ball, and you know, I really don't want to be sending someone else to an extended period of school. So let's just hope it's not you, okay? Okay, good. Alright, so I'm gonna get refill my cup for some more water, and then we'll go and get started. Oh, for a second I thought she was gonna cry again. Now, in order to set up that match, I'll need to close the game and then reopen it with both controllers. Yeah, I can still do it. Okay. So we'll do just a few races. You know, let's do the dark race first. Just to make sure she's ready. There we go. Alright. So, gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Hey Zikri, it's good to see you. Says, okay, this is just a user error this time. So like, when I'm going live, are you guys getting the notification of me going live? Because that seems to be quite a common occurrence lately. Because usually when you hit the subscribe button, you also hit the bell. So that way you're notified when either a new video comes up or, you know, whenever I go live. So, I mean, if you did both and you're still not getting the notification, then yeah, maybe there's something wrong on YouTube's end. Oh, just missed it. Okay, well, that's fine. It's all good. Like, once we're done with some races and a karate match, we're gonna watch the next episode of Chaotic's Case Files. And now Emmy's gonna smoke the competition. And there we go. Man, look at Emmy go. She running like Sonic. Shoot, I don't even need to accelerate. I'm subscribed to the channel, but even though I don't have notifications on, I see you're live on the subscription feed. Okay, so that still works. That's cool. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. So, at least that works. God, I can't even see the rest of the chows. It's like Eve is not even competing with the other Chows anymore. She's just strolling at this point. Strut my stuff, strut my stuff. Yeah, she really is fast. That one Chow on the left's like, meh. Let's see, Zekria says, so I just bought Pokemon Fire Red for my Switch 2 and ran to like 3 Pikachus in Viridian Forest. God, I haven't had to think about the original Red and Blue in a long time. Let alone Fire Red and... Like, I didn't even touch Fire Red and Leaf Green. I just played the original. I do miss Pokemon Gold and Silver, though. Because, like, Red and Blue I actually played, but the thing is, like, Pokemon Gold was actually the first Pokemon game that I actually owned. So, that is a special place in my heart. Meddler says, what's crazy is 3000 run doesn't even feel that fast in Adventure 2. If this was Adventure DX Chow Rays, he'd be straight booking it. You know, I never noticed it until now, but the other end of those doors is like pitch black. It's like when they're entering the races, they're entering this alternate dimension that doesn't even exist in reality. Tabitha's favorite race is the Jewel race, especially Sapphire. Well, what we could do is we could maybe fit that in. Oh, wow, Emmy got through that quick. Oh, my God. Connor says, Wazzy Grids, that's like a 5% encounter. Wait, are you talking about the 3 Pikachus in Viridian Forest? Is it really that rare? Almost talking about shiny chances. Yeah, even I didn't know about that one. Yeah, I don't even have to touch the stamina gauge at this point. I can just put the controller down and watch the show. Good, Emmy. Good. You picked up right away, so I don't have to send you to school. Secret says, I caught 2 and killed the 3rd. What do you mean 5%? Like, I'm sure there's some, like, strategy guide that tells about the percentage rates of Pokemon spawning. I know there was, like, a strategy guide for the original Pokemon Gold and Silver that basically walked you through how to get the 3 legendary lions. Like, okay, here's the city where they spawned. Here's the little area you need to walk back and forth. And be sure to save because, you know, the legendary lion has a high chance of, like, running away. So you gotta make sure to stop that. So, like, I remember that very well because, like, I was actively looking for the 3 legendary lions. Man, Emmy just smoked that Angel Chow. And now it's got a nice little ribbon right there. Da, 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 da. Nice. Alright, Tabitha, Eve, since you mentioned, you know, doing like the Sapphire race, why don't we go ahead and give your Chow a chance? Let's see, Sapphire? Oh. Oh, wait, Sapphire's not an option. I guess the closest one is Aquamarine? Yeah, let's try that. Let's go right here. 5% per Pikachu. I'm not really sure that's how percentage works. I kind of think of it, I think this is actually Tabitha's first race, if I remember correctly. Oh god, I smile. Meddler says, I know by heart that C-Dot is a 1%... 1% counter? Really? Like, which Pokemon is C-Dot again? I know this because I have to hunt it every time I play because I want it for my team. Oh my god. Well, so far, Tabitha's doing really good. Here, let me look up which Pokemon C-Dot is while Tabitha crushes the competition. The Acorn one? Really? You're telling me that there's a 1% chance for C-Dot in Pokemon Emerald? That little Acorn guy? Really? What, is C-Dot some legendary Pokemon or something? Tabitha's second favorite birthstone is the Aquamarines, which is the birthstone of one of my OC sisters. Oh, okay. Mommy's very proud of you. Also evolved my Squirtle, named him Timothy, into a Wartortle, and not even in a second gym. Well, I think you still got to be careful because if memory serves correctly, unless you get the gym badges, Pokemon at higher levels won't respond to you. Or at least if I remember correctly. Alright, after this, we'll go ahead and maybe do one challenge race with Emmy. Or better yet, do a karate match with Emmy. Yeah, good thing you woke yourself up. That would have been really embarrassing. It's like if the other child kept running ahead and then you were still sleeping. That would have been bad. Connor says, I actually got leaf green for my Switch too. Nice. I was falling behind. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. There we go. Go, Tabitha, go! I'm only tapping because I can't see where the other chows are at. Oh, that chow is fast swimming. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. Push with all your might. Push past your limits. There we go. That was close, actually. She was almost out of stamina. And there's the Aquamarine. That actually looks really good on Tabitha. Aww. She's actually got a Sonic doll to play with now. That's so cute. Mello says, in Ruby it was a fairly common encounter, but in Emerald they made it possible to get both C-Dot and Lotad. They made C-Dot really rare, even though Lucicolo and Shrifty are both pretty good. Huh. Sorry. I felt something in my throat there. Alright, let's back out. Let me go give Sage congratulations. I know Italy, my OC sister will be proud. Nice. there she is. Hey there, Sage. Oh, look at you. That aquamarine metal suits you really well. Look at you. I know it's kind of like a spur of the moment kind of thing, but I'm proud of you. Like, you took that challenge head on. You were great out there. You know, maybe could use a little bit of improvement, but you know, like, I'm really proud of you. Great job. You did really great out there. And I don't have to send you to school like Dash did. I know I'm salty about this, but bear with me. Or don't judge me for that matter. Alright, so very proud of you, and I hope you have a really good night, Tabitha, okay? And there she goes. Oh, did I get the name wrong? Oh, no! Oh, shoot, I got the name wrong. Hold up. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Hey there, Tabitha. I'm sorry I got your name wrong, but I still want to emphasize that, you know, I'm really proud of you, Tabitha. So, yeah, just want you to know I love you, and I'll try my best not to get your name mixed up again, even though I'm very terrible with names. Anyway, so, yeah, very happy of you. Have a good night. Alright, now we'll put Emmy through the Chao Karate. And then we'll arrange the karate match between Ace Frehley and Rifkin. And since Ace Frehley's not around, I'm just gonna say, why? Like, did you look at the stats? That's a terrible idea. But hey, that's what he wants, so I guess we're doing it. Alright, Emmy versus Chappie. Emmy's just standing there like unfazed. And for good reason. Dang! Emmy is not playing around. Round 2 versus Ninja. Fight! Like, Emmy's like, look, I don't even know why I'm here, why I'm bothering with you. Get your face out of here. Siegfried says, one in the name of Arceus is the... You... What? You don't know about Thunderwave? I mean, Thunderwave is an electric-type move that paralyzes the opposing Pokemon. Like, that's actually been around since the very first generation, like back at Pokemon Stadium 1. Emmy versus Rainbow. Oh, a little bit of the challenger. Wait, you're from that garden, aren't you? No, get away! No, I can't take this abuse anymore. Why are you even allowed? He says, I see cherry blossom trees in the background. Yeah, they're pretty cute. I really like cherry blossom trees. I actually miss seeing them. I don't think you see them that much in Colorado because the weather fluctuates so much. Secret says, oh, I forgot about that. Well, to be fair, there's like so many Pokemon and so many moves these days. Who can keep track of them all, really? And with that, Emmy wins. Now, the question is, if Meddler's still here. Meddler, do you want your child to take on the super level? It's entirely up to you. Otherwise, we'll get right to the requested match of Ace Frehley versus Rifkin. Saw your video examining the cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. Wow, that's a very old video. Like, back when I lived in Maryland, I loved going to the Cherry Blossom Festival. You can definitely do it? Okay, we'll do it. So, what got me into the Cherry Blossom Festivals in D.C. back in the day was, it was actually, I was part of an anime club back in college, and they were planning this field trip to go all together to the Cherry Blossom Festival. So that was like my first exposure to it, and it was really enjoyable, watching it as a group. Like, you saw, like, the music performances, cherry blossoms, parades, and, like, all kinds of gifts. And I used to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival often, ever since. Or at least whenever I could, anyway. Nowadays, if I want to do the Cherry Blossom Festival, I have to, like, fly all the way out to Maryland to do it. And he's like, you call that a kick? Here you go. Bam. Eve says, there's a Cherry Blossom Festival? Yeah. So that tradition's actually been going around in that tradition's been in Washington, D.C. for a very long time. Easily decades. So the cherry blossoms that you see in Washington, D.C. were actually a gift from Japan a long time ago. So every year there would be the Cherry Blossom Festival where there'd be all kinds of celebrations like music, other kinds of performances, and there's like a part of DC where you could fly kites all around. And of course you see the cherry blossoms near there was this walkway where all the cherry blossoms were. I forgot what the name of the monument was. There was this, it was this giant needle in DC. Like, you can probably tell I didn't do that well in history class, or architecture for that matter. But yeah, now here's the thing. Just because there's a Cherry Blossom Festival every year, that doesn't necessarily mean that, the cherry blossoms are always going to be there, because the cherry blossoms are a very special tree. They have to be grown, they have to bloom in the right conditions. So usually the blooming time would be the Cherry Blossom Festival itself is in April, but sometimes the cherry blossoms can bloom as early as March. In fact, there's a website dedicated to the Washington, D.C. cherry blossoms, where it actually predicts where, it actually predicts when exactly the cherry blossoms should bloom. And even then, you have to remember, there's also conditions like rain and snow. The cherry blossoms themselves are very delicate. They have to be in the right conditions. Uh-oh, Emmy might actually have a fight on her hands. Then again, I've been wrong before. Dear God. Yeah, Emmy's definitely on her way to becoming a Chaos Chao, and a very powerful one at that. Yep, Definitely got no regrets on that. So yeah, there should be a Cherry Blossom Festival website if you want to check it out. It should tell you more details. Eve says that's why you mainly see cherry blossom springtime. Exactly. And the other thing to keep in mind is that they bloom, when they first bloom, that's when, stop! There we go. It's when they first bloom is when the cherry blossoms actually appear. Otherwise, after that, it's just basically, after the cherry blossoms bloom, it's basically like any other tree. Connor says, don't underestimate Emmy. Yeah, I know, right? Good lord. Angel's supposed to be the strongest karate Chao, and Emmy just took Angel to town. So it's like, if you plan to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival, my recommendation is plan ahead of time. Figure out, like, when the cherry blossoms are actually going to bloom and when the festival is going to be, and understand that you might not necessarily get both. Sometimes it might be just one or the other. So it's like, if you're going to go there, plan ahead. Yeah, you did very good, Emmy. I'm proud of you. I'm sure Meddler is too. Alright, so let me go and save everything. I'm going to exit out, go back in, do that requested match, 2 out of 3. And then we'll move on to Chaotix Files. Alright, let me get that second controller real quick. Okay, so I need to remove this. Hopefully it doesn't crash the whole live stream. God, imagine if it did. That'd be really awkward. Like, I pulled the wrong plug and all of a sudden, the stream is suddenly over. Alright, second controller is in. There we go. Looks like we have more contestants for the Chao Olympics. There we go. Actually, that would be pretty cool. Like, if they did Sonic Adventure 3 and did a new Chao Garden, have this event, like this annual event, where it could be the Chao Olympics. And, like, in the Chao Olympics, maybe have the Chao compete against other Chaos online for points and stuff and seasonal rewards. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. Okay, everything should be good to go. Nope, not that. Yeah, and that. Put that back where it's supposed to be.
File select.
Decide the rules of engagement.
There we go. I don't know why they put the 2-player battle mode for like Chao Karate and Chao Races when you don't even have control of what the Chaos do. Alright, so... Okay. Okay, they're both here. So, it is Ace Frehley versus Rifkin. That's 2 out of 3. How long will this match go? I have no idea. Spoilers, it might be quick. Ace Frehley's probably gonna need some ice cream after this one. And fight! Both are coming to each other at the same time. Ooh! They're actually hanging in there. Better than I thought. Ooh. Ace Frehley's actually holding on. I'm impressed. If Ace Frehley keep it up, he might be able to knock Rifkin out of the ring, but Rifkin is very powerful. One hit could be disastrous. Uh-oh. 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 Rifkin's actually on the edge. Ace Frehley might actually win this. Uh-oh. Is this an upset we're looking at? Oh my god. Ace actually won the first match. Well, way to shut me up. Alright, remember this is best 2 out of 3. We'll see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens in round 2. Alright, here we go. Battle 2, and fight! Now both of them come up at the same time, ready for their attacks, but Ace Frehley goes in first. And then... Uh-oh, Ace Frehley's put pressure on Rifkin again. Ooh, but Rifkin comes back with a huge punch. Uh-oh, now Ace Frehley's in the corner. Uh-oh. Ooh. This time Rifkin wins. We actually have a 1-1. We're actually going into round 3. How rare is that? We're actually having a third round of Ace Frehley versus Rifkin, which is surprising to me because I thought it was gonna be a lot shorter, but I stand corrected. Zikri says, oh my god, my Pikachu is becoming Ash's Pikachu the more I use them? How's that? Mendler says, it was probably designed with being able to... So I'll read that in a bit. Ooh, Rifkin coming in with the kick. Ace Frehley's on the end. Ooh! Ace Frehley loses and Rifkin wins. Though I will have to say it's a lot closer than I thought it would. Metalist says, it was probably designed with being able to being a GameCube memory card to a friend's house and have both of your Chaos could be. Oh, okay, that actually makes a lot more sense. That actually makes a lot more sense. But yeah, Rifkin wins, but it was actually a bit closer than I thought it would. Like, Ace really actually did really good there. So, alright, so that's the end of that requested match. So now we're going to switch over to the Chaotix Case Files Episode 3. And I do want to thank y'all for watching this, whether you're watching it live or watching it later. Always happy to have you guys here. Let's see. Here we are. And of course, if you enjoy watching these streams, if you're watching it later or now, consider liking and subscribing, because it really helps. And, oh, one last thing. Before I start playing this. So, if everything goes right, this week I will be recording for the first ever autism, or the first ever renewed autism news video. So, now, one of the perks of becoming a member, and like even the lowest one, like the basic entry, is your username showing up in the videos. So I'll keep you posted on whether or not the recording got done on Friday, which it should. And then I'll put like a quick notification or a reminder that if you want your username to show up in the video, consider becoming a member. The basic entry one's only about $2 a month, so not that much. All right, now that I'm done shilling, let's go ahead and pull up the next episode. All right. Now, I think I had it set at 30 right here. Here we go.
Your mystery you wouldn't want to miss when the Chaotix are on the case.
Well, Detective Vector, as if you're worthy of the title.
Oh!
Since I have both you and Sonic locked up, get on with it! I want to know who's stealing these astroscopic lenses and why they think they're worth the hassle. Furthermore, why was Rouge sending you to Spiral Hill? And what about Tangle and Whisper? Aren't they more of your obnoxious buddies? I seem to recall launching a missile or two at them. Was the lens thief impersonating them too? And what about Tangle and Whisper?
Let's make sure the volume's right.
More of your obnoxious buddies? I seem to recall launching a missile or two at them. Was the lens thief impersonating them too?
You know, Dr. Eggman, this story would sound a whole lot better if you'd let us out of our cages. These bars are doing awful things to the acoustics. Right, Sonic?
100%. Also, Doc, can't you see we need some water down here too? I mean, Vector's voice is getting raspier by the second.
I think I'd enjoy hearing what his voice sounds like at the bottom of a pit. What do you say? We can make it an experiment. The acoustical effects of an oafish crocodile stacked on top of an arrogant hedgehog in a physically confined space. How does that sound to you?
I think
Oh God, I love what they do with Dr. Eggman so much. Like, say what you will about the games or like the Sonic Boom series, Dr. Eggman is great no matter what format or story he's in. I'm sorry, just okay.
It's like at the bottom of a pit. What do you say? We can make it an experiment.
Connor says, can you turn it up a little bit more? Yeah. Yeah, let me pull it up a little bit right there. Okay.
Second.
I think I'd enjoy hearing what his voice sounds like at the bottom of a pit. What do you say? We can make it an experiment. The acoustical effects of an oafish crocodile stacked on top of an arrogant hedgehog in a physically confined space. How does that sound to the two of you?
I think my voice will be just fine. Up here, I mean. Not in a pit, Doctor.
As I suspected. So get on with the story.
Okay. But before we get to Spiral Hill, there's still the whole matter of Rouge to deal with.
Oh.
The last, best lead we had came courtesy of Rouge, and at the expense of Espio's dignity, since she'd hidden a clue on him without him even realizing it.
Espio's dignity. Like, Rouge would run circles around both Team Chaotix and, you know, the Babylon Rogues easily. So, like... Sorry, it's so funny.
Of Espio's dignity, since she'd hidden a clue on him without him even realizing it. None of us were too happy about her. At the same time, it turned out the museum in Spiral Hill did have another of the astroscopic lenses. And if we could get there ahead of the real thief, then maybe we could lay a trap, assuming the real thief wasn't Rouge, which I had my doubts about.
Look, Espio! There's the Spiral Hill Mineral Museum. It's got a bunch of shiny rocks and another of those astroscopic lenses, right?
Yes, Charmy. And don't touch anything. It doesn't look like Gunn has taken an interest in this museum as they did with the one in Station Square. At least not yet. What's the plan, Vector?
I've already reached out to the administration. There's supposed to be a curator waiting to help us.
At least this time there aren't any gun soldiers standing around.
Right. Which means we might be a step ahead of them for once. Also, why is Gunn so concerned about all this in the first place?
You know, say what you will about Vector, he's actually pretty smart when it really counts. Like, getting to the museum in question before the culprit and, like, you know, laying a trap, you know, that's actually pretty smart. So, what do you guys think? Do you think Vector the Crocodile gets the respect he deserves, not as much as respect as he deserves, or too much? What do you think?
Not a bad question.
Oh, and not to mention that, you know, he most of the time he usually knows the right questions to ask or like the right details to go on. Like in Sonic Heroes, when you got to play Team Chaotix, like Vector actually knew for quite a while who the person on the radio was actually Dr. Eggman. And like he was able to figure it out before Espio and Charmy did. And like when they actually saw him, Eggman was like, "You knew it was me all along, didn't you?" And Vector responded, "It's all part of being a good detective." And the way he said it, it's like, it wasn't like he was pretending like, "Oh, right, I actually knew it all along." It's like, he actually sounded confident that he actually knew that, "Yeah, I knew who you were. I already figured you out."
Hello.
I suppose it's good to see you all again. Although I do hope this time the circumstances unfold in a more positive fashion.
Mr. Kitsch, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm afraid the Station Square Museum got temporarily shut down so that those rather rude people from Gun could further analyze the scene. Fortuitously for me, Jewel, this establishment's curator, is currently busy on another project, so I've stepped in. It is my fervent wish to watch over Spiral Hill's artifacts more successfully than I did at my prior post. Speaking of which, how is the case progressing?
We've been following up on some leads, which is why we're here. See, I got an idea about laying a trap for the thief. All we have to do is set up a perimeter around the museum, and as soon as the thief comes inside, we pounce.
Ah, then you'll need this floor plan. But forgive me, you're going to set up a perimeter with just the 3 of you?
Nope. It'll be the 5 of us.
Silhouetted in the doorway were 2 girls I'd recognize anywhere. A tall, bubbly gray and white lemur with a long, striped, fluffy tail, and a brown and tan wolf with a high-tech mask and a prototype Wispon that looked like something out of a sci-fi flick.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for calling. We're always happy to help, especially when something's going down here in our own backyard. Isn't that right, Whisper? Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Mr. Kitsch, this is Tangle the Lemur and Whisper the Wolf.
Okay, so before we go any further, great voices, by the way. Why is Professor Kish really there? Like, it's one thing to be at the museum at the station's museum at Station Square, but he then takes an interest in the museum we're at right now because of the same, artifact related to the other telescope things. It feels like those 2 locations should be rather disconnected, and there was another curator before Professor Kish got in. So why is he there now, and why is he taking such an interest in the Vector's plan? I'm just going to call this right now. I think Professor Kish might actually be in on it somehow. I don't know how exactly. Maybe he's the main culprit, or maybe he's an accomplice. I don't know. But I feel like he definitely knows a little bit more than he's letting on.
Whisper, you say? I assume you're named after your particular way of speaking?
You could say that.
Sorry, what was that?
She said you could say that. Anyway, Tangle and Whisper are friends of Jules, and they're both officially awesome.
Charmy was right. We fought alongside Tangle and Whisper more than once. And though Tangle had a reckless thirst for adventure, and a whole world of hurt and trauma lay beneath Whisper's taciturn demeanor,
whoa,
we knew we could count on them when the chips were down. Or in this case, when the lenses were smudged.
Wait, trauma? What exactly did Whisper and Tangle go through? For anyone who read the comics, obviously, because I don't remember Tangle and Whisper being in any of the games. So in fact, I think Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was technically their first appearance in a Sonic game. So it feels like they're kind of merging the video game story with the comic story a little bit, which is cool. It's just a matter of figuring out where the stories overlap. Maybe they can go over that in a future Sonic game. Maybe we could actually see Tangle and Whisper in the next mainline Sonic game and see them play a crucial role. I mean, that's what I'd like to see anyway.
And a whole world of hurt and trauma lay beneath Whisper's taciturn demeanor. We knew we could count on them when the chips were down. Or
Wait. Z-Create says Metal Virus? Wait a minute. Wasn't the Metal Virus arc, some alternate timeline where everyone was doomed? Because I thought the Metal Virus had no cure, was it? The IDW comic are canon here, so the Metal Virus. Okay, so the IDW comic is actually canon in the video game universe. So, like, I thought the metal virus had no cure. I thought it was like, kind of like the Marvel zombie apocalypse scenario, where, like, in that timeline, everyone and everything became a zombie or something. But anyway.
Or in this case, when the lenses were smudged. Except, I guess, we were trying to keep them from getting smudged. I've never been great with metaphors.
Well, be that as it may, the three of you are detectives. What qualifies Miss Tangle and Miss Whisper to take on an artifact thief?
Show 'em, Tangle. It's no problem, sir. Here, allow me to demonstrate.
Oh my! Stretching one's tail that far is quite a feat. But how does that...
If it was me in her place, I maybe wouldn't have wrapped Kitch up in my tail and waved him around like a kid with a toy balloon.
Uh-oh!
But hey, I'm old-fashioned.
Okay!
I say! Unhand me, untail me at once! I will not be hoisted by a prehensile primate!
Oh my god, as I was listening to that, you could actually hear the noise going left to right and left to right. That's actually pretty clever in terms of, doing an audio story where you're not just hearing the story, you're feeling immersed into it. Like, you're actually in the story. So, the next time you listen to this, listen to it with headphones and see how the difference is.
Kitch up in my tail and waved him around like a kid with a toy balloon. But hey, I'm old-fashioned.
I say! Unhand me, untail me at once! I will not be hoisted by a prehensile primate!
Relax, Mr. Kitch. I just wanted to give you a taste of what I could do. Stretch super far? Check. Grab the bad guys? Check. Maybe establish a perimeter around a museum? Check, check, check.
Fine. Point made. Now, please put me down.
That was clever.
Was so cool, Tangle. Thanks, bud.
Well, I suppose that will do as far as Miss Tangle goes. But you, Miss Whisper, dare I ask what your speciality might be?
You don't want to see it demonstrated, sir. Whisper carries a variable wisp-on.
I see.
A variable wisp-on?
And what exactly does this variable wisp-on do?
Whatever gets the job done.
Huh?
Whisper wasn't kidding. She had a whole pack of wisps tucked away in her cloak, which she could trade out one at a time. Wisps use hyper-go-on energy to produce different effects for her wisp-on weapon. Cyan lasers, blue battle hammers, orange rockets. Whisper packs a punch for every occasion.
I see.
Are you serious? That sounds so OP. Oh my god. So, she has one of each wisp with her at all times, which, wait, That actually explains why one of those horns that you could earn during the event showed all the wisps. Those were all Whisper's wisps. Oh god, Whisper's wisps. Wow, that's actually pretty catchy. Oh my god. So she has those on her at all times. Let's think back for a minute. In Sonic Colors, right? In Sonic Colors, Sonic could get access to the Wisp's powers, but they were only for a temporary amount of time because the Wisp could, only do so much. Now we're saying that Whisper right here can access each of the Wisps one at a time and, do these different powers whenever she wants? That's crazy! Anyway, going back to the comments. It was mentioned in Silver's future, and the entire virus was teleported into the sun. Chaos control plus portal making gem. Huh. Alright. Eve, I did see, What a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times fast. You really want me to? I mean, I could try. I did see the new outfits. I just haven't commented on them yet. I will in a little bit. Okay. All right. Whispers, whispers. Oh God. Okay. Whispers, whispers, whispers. Okay. Whispers, whispers. I can't do it. Oh God.
Yes, well, I suppose I should get out of your way now, lest I be accidentally grabbed or disintegrated.
Better yet, we don't want the thief impersonating
Okay,
anyone.
Wisp cannot disintegrate. I know that's one ability they cannot do. They cannot disintegrate other things.
Incriminating you.
Right, I'll be in my oven.
Okay. Espio, Charmy, Whisper, Tangle. Gather around, and let's take a look at this floor plan.
Yeah, lay it out for us.
So the lens is on display here, in the middle of the ground floor. If we lock all the windows and bar the doors here, here, and here, then we leave the thief 4 possible ways to get inside. The 5 of us should be able to cover those points, no problem. You're the stealth expert, Espio. What do you think?
As long as we have a way to keep in constant contact, it ought to work.
Oh! Vector!
You don't have to raise your hand, Charmy. What is it?
I've got some walkie-talkies back in the Chaotix copter.
You do?
Oh.
Since when?
Since we went to that yard sale last weekend, I thought they might come in handy, and now they will.
Nice.
Oh, plus, you know what this means?
That we'll all have walkie-talkies?
That this could be my job. The thing I do for the team. I can be the Chaotix quartermaster. Whenever we need gear, or equipment, or whatever, I can be the guy who wrangles it all.
Well, walkie-talkies would come in handy.
Yeah! That's a great idea, Charmy. Way to think on your feet. Wings. Thanks, Tangle. Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh.
See what I did there? Because he said be. Wait. Why isn't anyone else laughing? Aw, that was funny.
Yes, Tangle. Quite a stinger.
Oh! Oh! Oh, that was so bad. Oh! Look, Charmy could get away with that, because, it wasn't so bad. But, Espio saying quite the stinger? No! Oh, that was terrible! Oh! That was so bad.
Because he said be. Wait. Why isn't anyone else laughing? Aw, that was funny.
Yes, Tangle. Quite a stinger.
Ba-dum-bum.
I guess walkie-talkies couldn't hurt, especially if it helps the little guy feel better about himself. Tangle, we want to station you and Whisper on the 2nd level, at opposite ends of this terrace. That way, you can keep an eye on your individual points of ingress and see the lens display. Sound feasible?
You got it, Vector.
Whisper, you look like something's bothering you. What's up?
It's nothing.
Whisper, if you have concerns about the plan, now is the time to speak.
No, it's not that. It's... Whisper? I could tell them, if it's okay with you. Well, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Oh, I guess not all of you know this, but Whisper used to be part of a resistance group called the Diamond Cutters. One of their members was a shapeshifter. Oh, that lousy mimic betrayed the team, and Whisper was the only survivor.
Oh, whoa. Okay, that changes things up a bit. So, part of a resistance group called the Diamond Cutters, and Mimic, who can shapeshift. That would put Mimic on the top of the suspect list, because The earlier reports indicated that someone looked like Knuckles. And then another incident said that it was Rouge. But both of them said they didn't do it. And don't worry about, Jet. That was just Rouge just screwing around with Team Chaotix. But if someone could look like Knuckles and Rouge, like a shape-shifting ability would be the only thing that could describe it or could explain the situation. Hold on, let me rewind that a little bit.
To be part of a I could tell them, if it's okay with you.
Well, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I guess not all of you know this, but Whisper used to be part of a resistance group called the Diamond Cutters. One of their members was a shapeshifter. Oh, that lousy mimic betrayed the team, and Whisper was the only survivor.
Wow, that got dark fast.
Yeah.
Little wonder she's worried.
Whisper, listen! You know I won't let anything happen to you, right? Shapeshifters or not.
Thanks, Tangle. I do know that.
Here you go, guys. I brought the walkie-talkies. Now we can totally keep in touch. One for Vector, and one for Espio, and one for Tangle, and one for Whisper, and one for me, the Chaotix Quartermaster.
Okay, I'll have Mr. Kitch lock the windows in both the other doors. Let's get to our positions.
You got it, Big V!
So we took our places around the museum and settled down to wait. I kept Charmy with me, just in case he got too excited. Couldn't have him blowing our cover.
Chaotix.
Remember, Charmy, keep it down.
Roger that, boss. Charmy to Tangle.
Go for Tangle.
Checking in. See anything unusual?
All quiet on level 2.
Roger that. Charmy out. Vector, this is so cool!
What did we just talk about?
Oh, right. Sorry.
I was anxious that Charmy might make a hash of things. Little did I know, I should have been worried about something else altogether. Because right about then, up on the second level...
Huh? Who's there?
Hi, Tangle.
Tails? I didn't know you were gonna be here!
Yeah, Vector called me in at the last minute to help.
No,
that's
no,
great.
no, 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 no,
Sure
no,
you're
no, no, no.
right, say.
So he's got all the entrances covered, huh?
I'm pretty sure,
That's
yeah.
Mimic!
Hey, how'd you get in? Did we miss something?
Got in right over here.
Ow! Oh, he punched me! Wait, Tails punched me? Oh, Tangle to Vector! Tangle to Vector! What's wrong with this radio? Tangle to Vector! Ah! The thief is here, and they're disguised as Tails!
Everyone in the museum heard Tangle shout. And in that moment, everything went crazier than a hornet's nest in a washing
That had to have
machine.
been Mimic.
Starting with the lights going out.
Of course.
Hey, I can't see! Vector, where'd you go?
Oh, it's pitch black. Who turned off all the lights? Everybody, get to the lens. We've got to protect it.
Espio, watch where you're going.
What are you talking about? I'm over here.
Then who just bumped into me?
Don't worry, Charmy. I've got the imposter wrapped up.
You've got me wrapped up.
Uh-huh. Just what an imposter would say.
No, Tangle! For pity's sake, it's me, Vector!
Whisper, watch it. That laser nearly took my horn off.
Sorry.
Here, Espio. Let me give you a hand.
What? Tangle, put me down.
What, you down? I never picked you up.
The imposter is impersonating us. We've got to get the lights back on.
I think I remember an emergency generator switch over here. Hey, it worked! The lights are back on. Charmy B, Chaotix
But the
Quartermaster,
lens?
at your service.
Just in time. I'm locked on target.
Wait!
Standing right there in front of us were two Tangles. No more than 6 feet apart and identical. Right down to the last ring on their tails.
That had to have been Mimic then.
Whoa. What do we do?
So does that mean this Professor Quiche, assuming if he's in on it, could that also be a cover-up from Mimic? Because, like, the way Mimic got in, like, it seemed a little too easy. You know, like, Mimic had to have known something about the perimeter.
Do now?
I knew exactly what was going to happen, because I saw Espio sneaking up behind the two of them. He'd take the one on the left, I'd take the one on the right, and quick as you could say hard-boiled, we'd have the imposter in custody. Except that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And I realized it was about to go all kinds of wrong as soon as I saw Whisper powering up her Wispon with a cyan glow.
All right, fake Tangle. Show yourself.
Go ahead, Whisper. Do what you gotta do. What? No! Don't listen to her. It's me.
Got you.
Wait!
I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. One of the Tangles jumped out of the way, leaving Whisper's shot headed straight for Espio.
Hey!
But in a flash of white fur and dark wings, someone swooped in and pulled him out of the line of fire.
Rouge!
Come on, Ninja Boy.
It's Rouge!
I just turned those on. Now we can't see again. Now they're back on again? Make up your mind.
Is anyone hurt? Tangle?
I'm okay. I don't know where the other me went, though.
Whisper? Were you really going to shoot them both?
The real Tangle would trust me to make the right call.
Oh. Smart.
Oh no. Guys, look.
Oh, man.
There was no sign of the imposter anymore. Just like there was no sign of the lens anymore either.
They got away? After all that, the thief still took the artifact.
Yes, but what happened to you, Espio?
You mean right before I was about to get zapped by a certain wolf sniper?
You weren't in danger. The Wisp knew you weren't the target.
Oh, noted. Well, what happened to me was Rouge.
She was here, and I missed her again.
Oh, that's who grabbed you right before the lights went out. Did she say anything to you?
No. Typical of someone so completely lacking in honor. I could have dodged that laser, you know. A ninja learns to evade life-threatening hazards out of pure reflex.
Meanwhile, Rouge in the background's like, but why would Rouge even save Espio, though?
Said you were never in danger.
Regardless, I don't know if Rouge got to the lens first or if the thief did. Unless, of course, Rouge is the thief.
Well, if she did get to it...
Well, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. Because, like, we already established... Like... See, the problem with this is Rouge does not... I don't think Rouge has an alibi. Or at least hasn't presented an alibi. So we don't really know, like, where exactly Rouge was at the time of the crime. Or at least the previous crime. And, like... Well, the other thing is, Rouge left that note on Espio telling them exactly where to go. See, I'm not really sure if Rouge is the thief, because she seems more interested in jewelry and treasure. Why would she be interested in ancient artifacts? That's the main thing. So, like, if Rouge did have an interest, it would most likely be to deal with the imposter. Because stealing ancient lenses isn't exactly Rouge's MO.
Why? Is she just being her normal cool jewel thief self? Because, you know, it's a lens, not a jewel.
Exactly.
Or is she doing some kind of spy stuff? Like,
Exactly. Like, Charmy nailed it on the head. Like, jewelry and treasures, that's what Rouge usually steals, not ancient artifacts.
Thief.
well, if she did get to it, why? Is she just being her normal cool jewel thief self? Because, you know, it's a lens, not a jewel. Or is she doing some kind of spy stuff, like working for Gun again?
Those are really good questions, kiddo.
Aw, thanks, Tangle.
What's all this? Where is my artifact?
Mr. Kitch,
I thought you were supposed to prevent the theft, not stand around and watch it take place. What happened to setting up a secure perimeter, staying in constant contact with each other?
Yeah, you know, I mean, well, about that,
Yes?
well, I tried to warn everyone, but, well, my walkie-talkie sort of died.
What? No, it couldn't have. Here, watch. Charmy to Tangle. Charmy to Tangle. Over. Oh, no. I didn't check the batteries.
Charmy, it's okay.
It's not okay. I gave everybody dead walkie-talkies, and now the lens is gone, and Espio almost got lasered.
Never in danger.
Some quartermaster I turned out to be. Everything's wrong. And it's all my fault.
I'll go get him.
Good. We need to huddle up and go over exactly what happened here.
It took some doing, but Espio finally convinced Charmy to come back and rejoin the group, which had to convene outside, since Mr. Kitch kicked us out of the museum.
All right, everyone. This lens is gone. Nothing we can do about that except catch the thief. And to do that, we need to figure out who the thief is. Any thoughts?
Well, the thief could be Rouge, or maybe the imposter impersonated her. Or maybe she and the thief are two separate people after all. Did anyone see Rouge and the two Tangles all at the same time?
Nope.
No.
What about you, Whisper? Anything?
The lights were off, so my mask couldn't record anything.
Which leaves us with nothing.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say nothing. We...
All of you, freeze!
What the?
By authority of the Guardian Units of Nations, we hereby commandeer this museum and all its grounds.
No, not again.
All of you are to vacate the premises immediately, upon pain of forcible detention.
So the mighty Detective Vector lost another lens. Why am I not surprised? But why was Gun there anyway? What did they want? How did they even know what was going on?
I have to hand it to you, Dr. Eggman. Those are all very astute questions. And, if you'll please get Sonic and me some water...
Water would be good, yes.
I'll be happy to tell you exactly what was going on with Gun.
Fine. I'll get you your water. Don't go anywhere!
Ugh, you'd think a genius could come up with more than one joke. You're stuck in cages and dying of thirst or not, I hope you've got plenty more story left.
Oh, don't you worry, Sonic. I'm just getting warmed up. And when the doctor gets back with our water...
I'll tell you about the Unified Uniform Usurpation.
We have got to work on your titles.
How about Assault on Gun Base X?
Ooh, better.
Okay, this story's getting really interesting. Like, when it started out, it was like really cute. Oh, hold on.
Give us your mystery. You wouldn't want to miss when the chaotics are on the case.
So, at first it was like really cute, you know, like a cute story. But like now there's like a whole bunch of more mystery going on. Like, I'm actually really trying to put the pieces together. Like, I'm actually thinking about this. This is a really good story. I love it. So, what do you guys think? Like, SBO thinks it might be Rouge, or that, if Rouge is not involved, that maybe Rouge is collaborating. But I don't think that makes sense. Because, like, in one part of Sonic X Shadow Generations, Rouge mentions that she trusts very little. She trusts very few and are friends with even less. So it's not like Rouge would just work or collaborate with just some other thief, because she doesn't have to. She's able to outsmart people like the people in Team Chaotix or the Babylon Rogues, Dr. Eggman. She doesn't necessarily need to collaborate with another thief. If she really wanted to steal something, she could just steal it herself. No problem. No questions asked. Like, in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, the Babylon Rogues were blaming Rouge for stealing some artifact or treasure that they were eyeing on, and like they were planning for like weeks, like security, brute force, stealing everything. And still, Rouge was able to outsmart all of them. So Rouge is not really the kind of person who would need a collaborator to pull off a heist. So my money's on it has to be Mimic. Like, Mimic is either the main culprit or Mimic is working with Mr. Quiche. Because, like, we know what Mimic is capable of thanks to Tangle and Whisper's backstory. But what we don't know is, why is Mr. Quiche involved? Like, it seemed like the two museums were supposed to be like separate buildings. And he mentioned that someone else was supposed to be running the current museum they were in, and he decided to take over. So, I'm not letting Mr. Quiche off the hook just yet. I feel like if Mr. Quiche is involved, he must have let Mimic know about how the heist or how the perimeter is going to be planned out and how to get around it. Like, Mimic is definitely a red flag. He's definitely involved somehow. But what about Mr. Quiche? I'm not convinced yet. So, anyway, that was a lot of fun. We'll watch the next chapter this Saturday after a little bit of Poker Night at the Inventory, and we'll continue the story from there. So, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah. So I'll keep you posted on the next autism video, like the next autism news, in terms of like recordings are going well or not. But hopefully I worked out all the kinks. So hopefully this coming Friday, I should be able to get that recording done, or at least the camera recording, because I'm sure I'll need to do B lines too. But we'll see. I'll keep you posted. All right. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy and have a good week. See ya.